Hey guys, it's me Travis, the CEO and founder of PlayerProps.ai. In this short and sweet video, we're going to go over how exactly to use our brand new tool, the Player Props Comparison. No matter if you already look at this and you think you understand it, or if you're completely floored and blown away by all the bits of information, because PlayerProps.ai has always and will always be catering to all walks of life, day one bettors, day 1000 bettors. Everybody learns at different speeds, so no matter how easy you might think this is, there's somebody out there that's going to want to watch this video, which is why you're here in the first place. So let's go over it. This is something that I've been wanting that for a while. We just celebrated 9 months of PlayerProps.ai being active as of this recording, and we've got 3 months to go until our 1-year anniversary. Lots of things are coming very, very frequently. This is the fastest growing app in the space. We're constantly adding new features on a weekly basis, and so this one is one of the newest ones I'm excited to go through. The purpose of this tool existing, this is a player props comparison. So what we're doing, we are comparing player props. Now, if your first question might be, okay, how do I get to this tool? In the bottom left of the screen, you see here, bottom left, it has it says comp. This is how you find all of our tools. This is the filter to showcase what type of tool you want to look for. So if you have it on player, you have the player tools, predictor, the optimizer, the beinfantasy.com predictor, and then the team data. If you want to see the team tools, you make it say team. You have the money line predictor, the spread predictor, the total predictor, and the betting splits or the betting trends tool. And then of course you switch it to the new one. Now this wasn't showing originally, now it shows comparison. You have the props comparison tool and then the odds comparison tool. That'll be in a different video. Just click on that and it'll be a different video on this button that you can see. But for right now, look at the props comparison. So what we're doing is we're trying to find the best line and then the best possible payout for every single player prop that can exist for over under plays. So for this example, let's just talk about the one that pops up on top here. So we have NBA selected. We have the matchup that we're looking for, so that means players from the Nets and the Bucks are going to be showing in this here if you're targeting a specific game. And then we have the stats here as well. So right now it's on points. What we know is that Andre Jackson plays on January 2nd at 8 p.m. His points line is 3.5. Now you see there's an up and down arrow here. When you click on them, they do nothing. I'll get to that in a second. But line 3.5. So now we see 4 different sports books here that are currently offering a line for Andre Jackson for tonight. FanDuel Sportsbook, you should recognize these by their logos, but in case you don't, FanDuel Sportsbook, DraftKings Sportsbook, Caesars Sportsbook, and ESPN Bet. There are other sportsbooks that we have, and once they offer a line for Andre Jackson, then you'll see them pop up here. But because they don't, these arrows don't work and these arrows don't work. Now I'll go to something with a different example where you can see see those arrows in action. So what do we see here? We see that there are some of these that are highlighted in this very teal green color, and then some of these are not highlighted at all, like the -137, -130, and then some of these are completely blank. So let's go through what exactly it means in here. So we have designated the top row here is the over row, over 3.5. The bottom row is the under row, under 3.5 points. This is highlighted because at across of every sports book in North America that has Andre Jackson 3.5 line, FanDuel Sportsbook has the best payout at -128. If you bet -137 or if you bet -130, you'll make less money if the bet hits. You make the most money at the -128. And then on the underside, you see that all three are highlighted. If you went to go under 3.5 on any of the 3 books that are currently offering Andre Jackson at 3.5, every single under is +100. So if you are going under, it's pretty much you choose your preferred sportsbook at that point because you're making the exact same amount of money if that bet hits. But you definitely want to pay attention to when it's different, like it is up here with FanDuel. There's no reason on planet Earth you should be betting over 3.5 points for him on Caesars or ESPN Bet if you're also in a state that allows FanDuel Sportsbook. So you're just simply saying that I don't really care how much money I win, I'm just betting to bet. which is you telling yourself that you're not going to actually try to win as much money as possible. And that's what 2025 is all about. All the videos you're going to see, all the videos you saw in 2024, and definitely a whole lot more videos you're going to see in 2025 is all about the goal. The number one goal is to have more money at the end of the year from betting on sports than what you started with, and not less. And the only way you do that is you follow all of the guidelines. We've already been teaching people how to shop for lines, and it was prior to this tool existing, you would go to their player page as you normally would right off the predictor. You would click and you would manually change the sports book to see what the line was. But we took care of all that, put it all on the same screen so you can see it all at once, and we even highlighted it to make it easier to understand which is the best line and the best odds to bet on. Now I want to go down here to Bobby Portis. So there's still only 4 books that potentially have a line for Bobby Portis. His line is 12.5, but you notice here, so when you go up here, remember these arrows were gray and they didn't work. Now we have arrow where one of them is red. What does that mean? If you come to a player prop where the down arrow is highlighted red, that means that there's an available line that is less than 12.5 on a different book. So FanDuel has an over-under for Bobby Portis at 12.5, but if we click down, it'll say, hey, that because it's telling you there's a lower line, you now see a line that's 11.5. So FanDuel has 12.5. Let's see 11.5. And now you see it's gray here. That means there's nothing lower than this 11.5 line. And this is green because there is something higher than 11.5. It's a 12.5 that we just looked at. Why does it matter? Because points and lines are extremely important. You want the best line possible. We've seen so many times where a player is supposed to go over 11.5 and he got 11. Or he's supposed to go under 11.5 and he got 12. When you're shopping lines, you're going to win much, much more often than you did last year if this is something you weren't doing originally. Okay, so now we're looking at, okay, which ones are highlighted? If I'm going over 11.5, I should do DraftKings Sportsbook or ESPN Bet because I'm making less money if I do Caesars, which is why this isn't highlighted. But then again, you look at the under, all 3 of the unders are the same. They're all highlighted. Doesn't matter which book you bet on, you're getting the same pay if you bet under 11.5 and he hits. So let's say you wanted to go over Bobby Portis. Well, you want the lowest line possible, so I would choose DraftKings or ESPN Bet. If you were going to go under Bobby Portis, I would still take a minus 128 on under 12.5 than a better payout of plus 100 from under 11, because the line is the most important. Sure, you want to make as much money as possible, but the first part of making as much money as possible, which is something that 99% of bettors don't understand, is winning a bet. It doesn't matter how much the bet pays out. Is your bet going to win? Your first focus is not on you turning $1 into $1 million. Your very first focus is winning bets. So if you are going under on Bobby Portis, why in the world would you not take a 12.5, which gives you a 1-point bonus, a 1-point cushion from this? If this guy tonight scores 12 points exactly, it doesn't matter if this was plus 100, your bet lost. It matters here because you had that extra point. So if he scores 12 exactly, under 12.5 hits, your minus 128 hits. Line shopping is incredibly important. I might do a whole other video just going over line shopping, even though these videos kind of explain that in itself. If you have, so if it's like later in the day and we have more sports books, because we do have other sports books built into this, if we have more sports books that show data, you'll see that's where you use these arrows on the sides for. On the desktop version anyway, there's arrows, or depending on how big your screen is, and then if it's on the mobile app, you're just swiping left and right with your finger, and just to check to see if there's any other sports books to the right of ESPN Bet here. So this whole entire thing slides back and forth as we add more sports books into it. I don't think there's anything else that's too unique here. It kind of goes over the most of it. But yeah, so this, for example, Cameron Johnson, his line is 16.5 across all books. No arrows go up and down. That's his line across FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, and ESPN Bet. If we're going over, we're going on FanDuel because it pays you more. If we're going under, we're going on DraftKings because it pays you more. This is a simple, quick way. Which sportsbook has the best line for the direction I want to go? And once we establish the best line, if there's multiple books that share that best line, which side am I going and which side pays me the most. This is extremely important to your 2025 to winning a lot more and losing a lot less. You have to do this. If you are someone who lives in a state that has multiple books, multiple legalized, regulated books, like a New Jersey that has like 10 or something like that, you cannot go into 2025 and with the mindset of, I only bet on FanDuel because I just like betting on it. I just bet on FanDuel because I like to. I like FanDuel Sportsbook. They don't care about you. I don't know why you care about so much about them by giving them all of your attention, all of your money. You should focus on you, not your favorite sports book. You focus on you for 2025, and you're going to change things around from how your 2024 was. You have to do what is required to beat the books in the long run, and this is how you do it. This is a part of that. I don't think there's anything else that's too unique here. We're simply just, like I said, we're just looking real quick. We're saying, okay, what's available? Which has the best line? Which has the best odds? You see here there's a down arrow highlighted red again because there is a lower line on different books. And then you just go click back up to see that line as well. So this is version 1.0 of our props comparison. We do have a similar tool I'm going to be going over in another video for odds comparison. But again, you just click on odds, best odds down here. Click on tap to learn how to use the odds comparison up top here. And that's going to teach you how to use that tool. But any questions whatsoever, it's very easy. Just ask us in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you are not going to have as good of a 2025 betting year as possible. If you want to have the best betting 2025 year for yourself, you have to do the guide. You have to follow the guidelines. They're easy. You just have to do them. It's like somebody saying that, my New Year's resolution is I need to go to the gym and lose weight, and you don't even sign up for a subscription, or you do and you never go to the gym. You have to make actions. You have to take actions. Get in the Discord. Do the free stuff. There's everything free can get you from where you are and losing a lot more of your bets than you want to not, and then you upgrade to get full access to all the features, all the stats and everything after that. But you can be on the free version as long as you need to. If you're a slow learner and you're just learning little by little, that's fine. But if you're not doing anything, you shouldn't be betting. Betting is for people who are going to do what is required to beat the books in the long run. Otherwise, you're intentionally lighting money on fire that could be used for a lot of other things for you and your family. So don't do that. Props comparison, kids. Let me know if you have questions. We're going to keep adding books to it, keep adding tweaking features, but that is the very first version. Extremely excited about it. And yeah, good luck with your betting.